No need to reason on certain things. Uncertainty is uncertainty unless you want to resist some certain things. And certainly you got reason on some certain P's. Cause certain things be popping out here that be hurting G's. It's certain reason I be out here, I be working it. It's certain reason I be out here, I be joking things. It's certain reason when I say it, yeah, I say it right. It's certain G's, but I told you I ain't playing right. Oh, now watch, I know that that's self-touch. I'm cut from a different cloth. See what's in my mind is just a different call. That's why I'm spitting cold. So you won't really get it unless you really know. She was the baddest of bitches. See what she had was a sickness of which I had no prescriptions. I had to battle the difference. I couldn't manage, but Nani, not taking love stories and
It's pretty much done. Hello, how you doing, lovely? Please come sit over here. Thank you.
You're already
Alright,
live
so,
on YouTube.
We are live. Oh, James is here. James is here. James is here. James is here. So the way that Grapevine works, hun, just to let you know, I don't know if they gave you the update. We kind of talk about different entertainment stories. We're gonna definitely start with your music, and then just chip in and just chat with us.
Okay.
Yeah? You sure? You cool? You excellent?
We told her that I probably, because I'm not Nigerian.
Don't stress yourself. It's okay. They're just general conversations. It's fine. We're not putting you on the spot. It's just a chat. James Alpha, this is Cina Soul, who's joining us. This is James Silas. He's one of our analysts. So we're going to be going into stuff now. My dear, can you please close that door? Thank you, because we're about to go live. And we're live on YouTube. Hey YouTube, it's Cina. Very exciting.
Folu,
yeah.
You just made your promise. I didn't promise anything.
Didn't promise what? Also about putting her on the spot. Yeah. I said I'm not putting her on the spot. That's not our intention. Is that our role here?
No.
The Grapevine on the Smooth Breakfast Show.
Cool.
Entertainment buzz with the gossip, local and global. All celebrity gist.
No, it's fine. That's okay. Studio silence, everyone. Mics are up. And a good morning to you once more, Lagos. You're tuned in and listening to Smooth 98.1. Welcome inside our entertainment segment. It is the Grapevine. Joining Valentine and myself in the studio this morning, we have got a very special guest. She's in from Ghana. She is soulful. Her sound is great. Her name is Cina Soul. How are you doing, honey?
Hi, I'm awesome. How are you doing?
I'm very well. Great to have you here with us. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
How long have you been in Lagos so far, Cina?
I think 3 days.
Hey,
3.
okay,
Yes.
just fresh in. Charlie, welcome. So nice to have you here.
Have you eaten our jollof yet?
Oh, I had it the other time that I came.
So now you're convinced, eh?
No, I'm not convinced.
James Silas in the studio as per usual. Good morning, James. How you doing? Best believe what? Best believe who?
Believe the hype, yo.
No, I already told him I'm
Best
contesting
believe the
that.
hype.
We'll scratch out that part of the show to make it a design.
Well, but you know what? Best believe the hype about this is the Grapevine on Smooth 98.1, and we keep it 100% real with you, as real as is possible. And we do like to share our candid opinions about everything from music to entertainment to politics. We know we're going to be talking about the White House correspondent roast, Michelle Wolf.
She wolfed everybody down.
Well,
No,
but
chill.
Yeah, she wants about with that as well.
let us start off though with new music. This is in by Cina Soul. This one is called 1201. It's like a timestamp, right? The ADM remix. Just before we play it for you, Cina, any comments you want to just put out there before we listen to this?
If you've already had 1201, which was spelled 00.
01.
01.
Exactly. That's like the slow version of this one. This is like an ADM remix by
Some good
Felu.
house music. Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
He asked me like, what did it mean? Why did I name it 1201? But it just means the mood of the song. 1201 p.m. like happy, jumpy.
Good vibes.
Okay.
Exactly.
Okay.
Positive vibes.
I like that. Okay, Lagos. So here it is. Do remember that we are streaming up on YouTube. So go to youtube.com/smooth and 981 FM Lagos. And remember to tweet at us. Just use the hashtag Grapevine981 so we can see your tweets and retweet them or comment about them and talk about them on the airwaves. And last but not least, you can send us a WhatsApp message.
Yes, our WhatsApp number is 0809 444 981.
So coming up right now, here she is. Here's her sound. This is Cina Soul, the ADM remix done by Feels for 1201.
Jam. Yes.
Feels.
Actually,
saw that.
Give me all you get, don't hold back.
So this is the daytime version.
Yeah.
Love it. It's very clever. We may not talk about Janelle Monáe till maybe right at the end, just because it's super long.
Yeah.
And I want to link Black Magic's No Need to tourism blogger story.
Yeah. Yes.
Because it relates directly.
I thought of it.
Alright, cool. Studio, we are going back in. Ooh, there she is. That is the sound of Cina Soul. That is 1201, the ADM remix done by Feels. And I like from the jump, it had me moving. I'll be honest. I saw the video and I was like, she's so cute. I like this vibe. What's going? And then she showed up and I was like, she's really cute in real life. Cina, this is a really awesome bit of music. I will confess, I hadn't really actually heard your previous songs. But then Alabama sent me the stuff. Big shout out to Larry. He sent this to me and said, listen, have a listen. And I was excited to say, come on the show. Let's hear you out. So where have you been? What have you been doing? Talk to us about your evolution. The Nigerian audience wants to know who you are.
Want to know. Okay, so I started music just about 2 years ago, and it all started when I went on the competition. It was called Vodafone Icons. Before I went on the competition, I didn't know I could sing. Actually, it was my friends that pushed me to go. Like, I think your voice is good. Go try.
How modest.
I didn't want to go. Honestly, I come from a family of singers.
Yeah.
My dad sang, my sister, but not professionally. So it's like I knew the singing was in the family, but I didn't know it was so special. I didn't know I could do something with it. So after the competition, I didn't win though, but I went to the finals and I realized that maybe I could actually do music. Before that, I just wanted to do psychology and
just live your life.
Just help people. That's all that matters. But now music is like a part of me, and
and that's the kind of thing Beyonce would say.
Well, Beyonce doesn't say much. She just smiles or half smiles. We don't know who Beyonce is. She could be a robot for all we know.
It's fantastic though.
No, really good stuff. Like, share your thoughts with us. Again, that number is 0809 444 0981 to share your that's on WhatsApp, and you can tweet at us. Tweet using the hashtag Grapevine981. Now we're about to switch lanes. We've got more new music to talk about. Cina is still staying with us through the show. She's gonna get a taste of what the Grapevine is really like. How do you feel so far?
That's fun.
Comfortable?
It's fun. You're very comfortable.
Yeah, it's about to get live. By the way, before you send the message and you indicate her name, please, it's spelled Cina. Before you all stop typing SI. Yep. Cina, Cina.
Oh, we know that. Okay, let's move on. Up next, I was super excited again. I was very excited about a lot of the music this week. I'll be fair with you. To put up this particular artist, he's been MIA, Black Magic. Where have you been? He's dropped a new music video though. This one is called No Need. I wouldn't say too much before. So just listen to it. This is Black Magic with No Need on the Grapevine Smooth 98.1.
We talked about this, the audio.
Yes, the audio, Let's drop the video for
My Jesus, let's start to do. Not every love story is a romance.
Oh, really? Are you getting
Say the good die young on your mind.
Studio. All that glitters is certainly not gold. And in the video, he takes a very hard direction. You see actual photographs of people that we know. We see about Funka Kindele was in there, Toke Makiwa, Tiwa Savage, some very famous breakups are in there. And it's very serious stuff.
Hey,
guys.
with Dominic,
I'm sorry.
And that's what I'm wondering.
No,
I'm
I
like,
was looking at-
are you talking about Tonto, King Tonto? Is that what you're talking about? Respect yourself.
I saw a picture.
Please carry on.
This video, you know, we talked about this song some weeks ago.
Yeah, probably. You know, I was in America at that time.
No, you're wrong.
Oh no, really?
Yeah.
Oh gosh, I'm brain fart there. Excuse me.
You're wrong.
So, I was feeling very lavish. I was like, I was in LA, guys.
No.
I mean, no. Sorry. Go ahead.
So, you know, and it got good ratings from, I mean, probably all of us in the studio. I mean, at the time, but you see how that's why sometimes it's actually okay for you to shoot a video for your songs or for your music, because it sort of tells a lot more than just listening to the song. When I watched this video, I thought at first, I said, wow, controversy, is this guy, what's he looking for? It's so much guts, because it takes a lot to put out those pictures there, because you know these people are going to see it. These are real life stories. And to a point I said, okay, look, you know, there's a way you can tell the truth, and the person that you're referring to would just be like, well, it's the truth. I mean, what can I do? You know, I loved watching this video from the start to the end, and I can imagine how much creativity, how much conversation would have gone into putting out this particular work. But it's the truth, you know, from Tiwa Savage to, so it just tells you that, look, all that glitters is really not good. Before you go into a relationship, marriage, really think about it, know why you're going into it. Because I mean, even while I'm sure, I don't know if we'll still come to that, I can't remember, there's this, let me not go there yet.
Well, here's me retracting, and laying bare my ignorance of Nollywood actors.
As I just look, I almost backhanded him just now.
Yeah. Before Folu swallows me right now. So yeah, Iniedo.
Yes.
Not Rita. Yeah. Iniedo's picture is up there, and then Kit Henshaw is up there, and some other people on the mood board. Yeah.
So it is just a reminder, I think, and I feel like in a certain way he is commenting on society. I don't know if it exists in Ghana as well, Sina, but definitely in Nigeria. There's a lot of pressure for people to be married and to get married ASAP. I don't think we're looking at the wider reasons why people are getting married. I don't think people are trying to become friends. I think they're trying to fulfill a status quo, and are imagining some fairy tale life without caring about the person, not really caring, but without looking at some details that could help you sort of get along. So
but what's it like though in Ghanaian entertainment space?
Same. I mean, I feel like it's the whole Africa, or probably the whole world.
Yes, in a certain way.
Expect to get married, expect marriage to be always rosy, to always look good on camera, but then behind the scenes, it's like.
Have you started feeling any kind of pressure like that?
No, not at all.
I'm just scratching the surface.
I'm not even near marriage right now. Even maybe in like 6 years.
40 years.
Exactly. Because of the way you said no. So yeah.
I like that. I do keep sending in your messages. When you send them in, though, you have to put your name to your message. I will not read out your messages otherwise. And just as we take a break, Peter Tolufari sent in a couple of messages. He corrected himself in the spelling of your names. A big shout out to Valentine for spelling that. He says a nice drivey soul song. Free Cina. She should keep up the good hard work, he says. And also says, yay, black magic has emerged from hibernation. He can do no wrong by me. And by us. And well, actually, he did wrong once, and I called him out on the grapevine. But generally, it's good. Lagos, we have to take a break. When we come back, we're going to switch lanes. Still referencing Black Magic's work, but then talking about breakups that have happened recently. Stay with us.
Hey, this is Greg D. Moore, and you're listening to Smooth 98.1. Love music, love life.
I don't speculate on such things. I don't know their relationship. I don't know. I guess because she sounded like she still really cared about him. She did. She sounded like her feelings were all in there. We're not talking about CC again. I don't know why you stop putting her in the news.
She's fine.
I don't care about why. No.
Good luck to her.
Can we talk about Davido buying a Porsche for the girlfriend?
But why?
I'm very angry right now.
Why?
Why not?
Why are you angry about it? Why? I don't. Why
we're
is
not
it?
angry.
Why?
No, we're just particular about it.
Why are you particular about it?
Because Davido
So
Why?
he's a
Okay, I'm
model.
hating.
No, it's not about how expensive it is.
Okay, then what is it about?
It's the
because
fact that
if
he's
somebody if you
gushing.
bought a
It's
shirt
not
for
about
your
what he
girlfriend, let me
bought.
ask you a question.
It's not about what he bought. It's the fact that Davido
It's about what he bought.
is gushing. So
Yes,
different
yes.
strokes for different folks.
For what?
Davido is gushing. I was surprised. I'm like, what happened to this guy?
Let the
Just
guy
surprised that he's
love.
in
Let
love.
him love.
That's it. I don't understand.
Love is
I love.
blind.
My name is Valentine. Hello. But
Have you
still,
never gushed
course.
about anybody in your
I
life?
have.
Then why is it news?
Because it's Davido.
Oh God.
No, why? What's wrong with Davido?
He's like
That
Trump.
one.
He's
He's
like
not
Trump
allowed to
coming out
Trump.
to say.
I said he's not allowed to Trump. He's not allowed to gush.
Put that in your mouth. Yes. Anyway, I'm done.
That's
But
right.
I was just arguing blindly anyway.
Just
It's
raising
okay,
the
we'll
goals,
mention it. We'll
man.
bring him up.
Yeah.
It's fine. Since you are so
Raising the
passionate about
goals
it, I'm
because
just
now
confused.
with your chick is checking her birthday and she's wondering.
That's
that
you
box?
You know,
those
most people-
for your
what's that box?
Most people do not
Apparently, he does
realize
that
that.
thing
Is
where
that a
he's
car key?
shopping for her and it's like your boyfriend doesn't shop for you.
But it's David again. It is
Somebody
David.
said
Why are we
it's not
surprised?
But it popped from nowhere. Like it feels like this
What?
relationship
It's
is just
not
3
from
months old.
nowhere. He's been dating her for years.
Not many people.
And she's a
know about
cook.
that.
She's a chef.
Exactly, which is all that. Which is why I said that the only thing that's worth mentioning is that something has clearly changed in the relationship. He has either spoken to her family,
Or
he's
he
planning on
gone the
marrying her,
deadline.
or she gave. Yeah, she didn't give it. She probably was like, "I'm going to leave. Like, I don't think you're serious." And so he's going above and beyond. That's it. Like other than
Or he
that.
probably found out somebody who's giving her attention, and the guy is in
No,
competition. so
not at
it's-
all. You'd have threatened to kill somebody. Would have been a different vibe. Studio, we're back in. You absolutely should enjoy Smooth 98.1. And if you're up on our YouTube channel, you're definitely enjoying some back chat right now. And we'll definitely come around to it. Valentine is so insistent on talking about Davido that we clearly just must. We must talk about him at some point. But before we get to that, you know how Black Magic was singing about all that glitters is not gold? Well, it certainly was the case for tourism blogger Chiamaka Obuekwe, who announced the end of her marriage after just about 10 weeks, 3 months of being married, and spoke very emotionally, or wrote very emotionally about it. If you're wondering why we're referring to her, she's known as her company is Social Prefect, and a lot of us have been following her online, just sort of seeing the events of how she goes about Nigeria, does a lot of interesting movements, local tourism, and then when she recently got married, we were obviously inundated as well with a lot of photographs of her and her new husband. Well, in a stunning change, or what felt like a stunning change over the weekend, we started seeing posts about being free, make sure you're free, and she wrote about being a queen, she's worth it, and says that her husband, Anief Fiok,
You're good.
Thank you.
You're good.
Anief Fiok does not value me, so he does not deserve me, is what she wrote. He is free to date all the slim and pretty girls now. I've broken loose from needy validation and depression. I am now Chiamaka, not Obuekwe, not Ntia. I have no family and friends now except Jesus and Social Prefect tours. Jesus loves me, and I'm beautiful and sexy in his eyes. Now, over to you. What's your
I mean,
take on
how
this,
did they get to this point? Because even before getting to this one, I'm sure these signs were there, because this is what, 3 months?
Yeah.
Yeah, I
And
mean that means
they dated for about 2
a
years.
while, you know.
2
Come on.
years.
And then how do you get into marriage proper, and then all of a sudden, boom? This sort of reminds me of what's her name? Jennifer. Okay, I keep saying Jennifer.
Funke Akindele.
Yes, even
Yes.
it was like, even though it was like maybe less than 6 months or something. But you know how we just think that, oh my God, this is so beautiful. Look forward to yours and all of that, and then just boom. So I'm sure this thing, because if you read through again, you see she made emphasis on the looks, body, and all of that. You know, go and look for your slim girls and stuff. I mean, how did you get to this point? They were dating for 2 years before marriage proper, and then all of a sudden, and you can feel the bitterness, you can feel the sadness in her heart, and then she does say, look, I mean, she doesn't have family, so that's to tell you that, you know how family tells you,
just
stay
manage
there,
now.
stay now, come on, you people
this how they
go
are.
through, and I can feel the pain, and it's unfortunate. But hey, if this is where she is right now, I think really she needs to be left alone.
She deserves time to heal.
She will heal.
That's what I would say. Yeah, she deserves time to heal. Nobody should put pressure on her. You do not really understand what she's going through until you see yourself in in the shoes, or you feel how it pinches, really.
You know, I love that you guys are saying this, but as a woman, and I'm pulling out the female card here, okay. I know that she is going to be pressured. I know that people are going to criticize her, and I know that people are going to say, well, why couldn't you have managed? Why couldn't you? Are you the only one? It's true, now lose weight. Now, I say this because I'll let you guys know that an undisclosed source probably leaked a voice note to me, which I actually played Valentine listen to it, or behind the scenes listen to it, and you could hear the narration, a little bit of her husband's narration of the problems they sort of gone through. And yes, he had sort of mentioned, oh, look at these slay mamas in the club, and he actually used the term slay mama. Said, you know, and that this is what it takes, you know, that they look attractive, that part of what attracts a man is your physical look and your physical well-being. So there's nothing wrong with me saying you should lose a little bit of weight. Now, it was very casually said, and what he said in theory, is there anything super wrong with it? Everyone knows that yes, you should be a little bit more sensitive about women who are putting on weight, because she wasn't always big, and she's not that big. She's at her largest, she was maybe a UK size 14.
That picture I saw wasn't big.
That's what I said, at her largest.
That was not big,
but just to explain what I heard, and this is me again interpreting, so please take what I say with a pinch of salt, and I'm being very honest in this. His voice was very calm, because every time she interjected, there was so much emotion and so much upset. Like, no, you said this, you can't. You know, it's like, please, I didn't beg you. I didn't beg. Did I?
Yeah.
I was
and
like,
then at some point he said,
just got married.
And then at some point he was relaying the way they interacted, or he tried to mend fences on some certain issue, and he said, I beg that. Anybody who says that and says some other things that he was saying, and then tries to distract from the topic of discussion to say, oh, your phone is ringing and things like that.
It didn't sound very caring. I was really upset.
At that point, I became feminist.
Welcome, brother. Welcome.
No, I'm not entirely in that
welcome.
camp,
Every human should be feminist.
But
still,
it's a really sad thing.
We're talking about 3 months. She was. I mean, you can't pull up so much weight in 3 months now. It means that she had always looked like this maybe a year before or so before they got married.
They said about a year into their dating, she started putting on weight. And women tend to emotionally eat.
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, so why did they even get
to that? Cina. I'm so glad I have another female.
If the guy didn't want the big girl, you know, like that's why I said she didn't add weight in 3 months. You know,
should have left her for her family members, please.
And left her for Jesus.
But again, all that glitters is not gold, guys. So best of luck to Chiamaka, and we are rooting for you. We hope you find that peace that you are looking for, which is all she's focusing on at the moment. And I hope that Anief also finds the peace that he's looking for. It's always sad when people break up.
All right, so in more cheering news, Obachimi Adewale sends a message on Twitter. He says, Sina's voice is just turning me into a sinner this morning. Please let her keep speaking. Sina, speak.
A sinner? What? No, that's not the intention of the song.
Right.
Please, Obachimi, go down your sinning ways by yourself.
I pray for forgiveness.
And leave Cina out of this. Let's see if we got a couple of messages up on WhatsApp as well. Please do keep sending them in. Taya from Yaba says, I enjoyed Cina's soul craft. And that is also from Manifest Nowhere. Cool. She's got to, listen, love the entire album. So big shout out to you. Yes. I'm a big fan. So big shout out to Manifest as well. He says, so I listen and kindly initiate her to some some Nigerian jollof. I'm saying proper Nigerian jollof.
Proper one. Not the one she tried 2 days ago and she's having bias towards it.
I have tried 2 different types.
No, you haven't tried our type. Don't worry, we'll take you to...
We only have one type, Cina.
What?
One type of jollof.
Someone told me about some firewood jollof.
Yes, that's what we mean by proper. One.
Okay, I would love to try that one.
So
okay.
I'm waiting.
We're going to help you out with that. And Emma from Akoka says, if you don't like a person the way that they are, don't ruin their life by marrying them and then trying to modify them to your specifications thereafter. Another brother just made our game harder. Shaking my head. So sad. I was really rooting for her. Yeah, we all were. Thank you very much for that, Emma.
Think about Davido.
Okay, so let's talk about Davido, because we can't get away from this. If you've been watching up on YouTube, we had been mentioning Davido before, and he's all over social media because he's been very extravagant about his baby's birthday. So it was his girlfriend Chiama's birthday. Chom Chom. Okay, that she's now Chom Chom. I like that. It was Chom Chom's birthday. Very recently, he threw a lavish birthday party. Gave her this massive gift as well. During the birthday party, so all of this is really from the same one event that people have dragged out.
Yes.
So the first thing that hit our social media timelines was him saying that men who can't say they love someone or declare their love are, this dirty word. I'm not going to say that. Let me do the timeline now, because Val is emotionally vested.
Yes.
The second thing he did was he bought her this big gift. It was a Porsche. I think he bought her. And the third thing was just throwing her the party, because he'd never really done that before, at least not in any mainstream way. He'd been dating for about 5 years. Val, go.
Okay, thank you. So let me take you back to the prelude of that video that we first saw of her, before that tweet. He actually set up, there was a video that went viral. That was all the video in the club. You remember that? That a girl, certain girl tried to hug him, and then he dusted her off his shoulders. That was the first video that made me think, okay, this guy is usually very generous with hugs and, you know, body contact with ladies, but that happened. And then he raised an eyebrow, and I started raising an eyebrow regarding his, you know, sensitivity and how it is that it has to be a woman. If a guy behaves like that, you know he's getting serious with somebody. And then it wasn't a surprise when I saw that tweet and he came out and he started bashing guys. Okay, Davido, you're a player, we know what's going on. And then Chiamaka comes into the picture, and a lot of you naysayers started thinking she was using yes. But yeah, he's really
using jazz is what he coughed. Jazz is what he's saying. We can say jazz is not a dirty
because
word.
she's a chef.
Okay, that she cooked things.
That she cooked things.
I didn't say.
So people actually said the way to a man's stomach. Sorry, how does it say again?
I don't know.
Yeah, oh yeah, hard. Oh, that was hard. Okay, yeah. Anyway, so I'm done.
Are you sure? Okay. I just don't know why people were that overwhelmed or surprised. I think Davido has always been big in his emotional responses to anything that's happened in his life. Whether it's losing his friends, whether it's baby mamas attacking him, he does things big, he does things loud. Big shout out to him if he is, because he clearly does look like he's in love. And the only thing I want to comment to say is that clearly something has changed in his relationship. He's either gone to her family, he's getting ready to marry her, but he's taken it to that next level where he's now being very open and very clear about his intention, so that there's no confusion. And I say big ups to you. That's a very bold move to make. So for everybody out there living in the shadows, if Bay's keeping you in the shadows, that ain't Bay. Let's move on. I'm just letting you know that's just somebody you're seeing at the moment. It's not Bay. Although Big E from K2 says Davido, I see another baby mama on the way. It is still loading. Folu and Val, be watching. We'll see. I don't know, but Wizzy's winning that one at the moment. He's got all the baby mamas currently. So yeah,
still counting.
That's somebody that I'm saying just be watching, because for who knows, might be another.
I just wanted to be sure that we had the roof.
We are going to take a break. When we come back, there's more stories. We're going to have to go straight into international news. First of all, let's just mention that Hillary Clinton updated her Twitter bio.
Oh yeah.
Shout out to Auntie
Chimamanda.
Hillary. And to those of you out there who are very upset by Chimamanda, shout out to you too. And then we'll be talking about the White House Correspondents' dinner as well, the roast. If you haven't seen that video by comedian Michelle Wolf,
get your napkins ready.
Just go watch it. We'll be back in just a bit. It's a Grapevine on Smooth 98.1.
Hey, this is Greg D.
I understand, but Wizkid has most baby mamas at the moment.
Yeah, he does.
He's winning. No, he's winning. In terms of him and Davido. Yeah, sometimes Davido has.
You know the thing about
Davido has too.
Yeah.
Why you're not allowed to say this?
No, it's not about no.
I didn't know
see, that's the worst part, because you give a shade without realizing it's shade. So
but it's not shade. It's not shade. It's the reality. Shade to me is like underhand. It's like
having all this.
That's not shade. That's fact. It's not shade. It's the reality.
You just hold one person. Like Wizkid should be more like Davido right now. I'm surprised.
No, they should be like the band.
Be like the,
that never had one baby mama. I know it's too late now. But I'm like, no.
Deceived everybody, Coco Master,
yes,
you know how many people that were on the band's wagon, and the band did not follow go.
You're out the door. You open the door for you. Don't be going. He doesn't play with his family.
No, he doesn't.
Like, come on. All these young kids, when they tell you to learn from older people, everyone will be looking somehow. But it's okay.
No, the band is the Superman right now. Because
band is the hero.
After everything, he did not, for once, there's no report, no scandal as per se.
That's why everybody jumped on that Fall in Love video.
Max from VI, no review about J. Cole's concert. What is there to review about the concert?
There, really?
People went, they had a great time.
He came, sang, took our money and left.
If you say why didn't review his album, that's a different conversation.
Yeah. And we reviewed it, didn't we?
I think we mentioned it. No, because KOD just dropped not that long ago. It's a good album.
Well, the only news is the fact that he broke Apple Music's record, the most streams in a day. So, shout out to him. It's probably Nigeria that did that when we heard it was coming. To be fair, that's how everyone knew the words back to back. And they sang along well. I was like, say with your chest. And
because I did as well, and that's because I'm not a big J. Cole fan. Like, I like his music, I'm not a fan. But when I knew it was coming, I copped KOD because I was like, I want to hear it. I want to know what he's dropped. But back here in the studio, Yep, weekday mornings are always lit on Smooth Breakfast. In the studio with Valentine, myself, and James Silas.
Yes.
We've got a very special guest in from Ghana, Cina. Cina is fantastic. She's got a new song out and a new video, which we just been talking about. So make sure you go check it out.
And
it
boys,
is called 1201.
Yeah, she's beautiful too.
Yeah.
I'm gonna add that.
Look at
Yeah,
that.
you are.
so much, and you are gorgeous.
Oh, thank you. Say some more.
Are you okay now, Val?
Yeah, I'm fine.
I'll soon switch off your mic. Valentine. Let me just warn you here. But check out Cina Soul. It's fantastic. ADM remix. That's 1201. The ADM remix is out right now. Cina, just for your fans in Nigeria, for people who want to become fans of you in Nigeria, I mean, where can we find some more of your stuff? What is out there for you, and what's coming up?
I dropped an EP a year ago.
Oh.
That was like my very first project.
What is it called?
It's called Metanoia.
Oh,
Yeah.
very intellectual.
Very, very, because I feel like at that time it was like a journey for me. I was trying to find myself. So I've sort of found my sound now, but then I was experimenting with so many genres. So you can listen to those, that project, and then you can listen to the new stuff that I just dropped. So you can find me on everywhere: Apple Music, Deezer, Spotify, everywhere, YouTube, and yeah, Cina Soul, CINA SOUL.
Fantastic.
Nice.
And your handles as well?
Cina_Soul everywhere.
All right, I like that. Consistency is a major key. Speaking of consistency, massive shout out to Simi very quickly. She was decorated by the US consulate as a human rights ambassador, and that a lot has to do with just consistently being excellent in what she does. Speaking about excellence, Auntie Hillary has excellently adjusted her Twitter bio. Wife and mother is still very much there. It's just not the first thing on her bio. And this, of course, is following Chimamanda's conversation with former US presidential candidate Hillary Clinton, asking why wife was the first thing on her bio. And, you know, she'd said she'd never really thought about it at the time. But right now, if you check, and I posted it on my Instagram page, you'll see that she did adjust it, which I think is very impressive. So when you want to attack somebody for having views, remember that conversations change things. It causes us to think, and sometimes it causes us to act.
Which underscores how strong our influence is in the wider international front.
I think so, because Hillary Clinton also requested Chimamanda specifically to interview her, to have a conversation with, which I think is a very impressive thing in and of itself. And finally, speaking of women dominating out in the wider world and people not being happy about it, comedian Michelle Wolf roasted US President Donald Trump as well as the entire White House. So nobody was safe. She mentioned, I think she had a hit list of names.
Yes.
And then she went through the hit list. Yeah. Yes, she did have a hit list. So if you don't know who Michelle Wolf is, she's also a writer for The Daily Show. Yes. And a couple of other things in there. So she's usually a little bit more behind the scenes. And then she went up there and I cannot repeat a quarter of the jokes that she made because of some of their slight vulgarity. And the White House Correspondents' Dinner is a place where the president is usually roasted. Usually the president attends and responds in some regard. Donald Trump, for 2 years running, has not shown up to the White House Correspondents' Dinner, leaving the rest of his administration open to attack. Over to you guys.
And it became the spoils. James, you want to dig in on that for a bit?
I watched. Yes. I just kept, and I didn't understand. You know when somebody's talking about throwing shades at you, and then you're also laughing, and it's funny to you, and just because they don't know how to get angry or get mad at her at that point. And then I saw the way she hit on, what's her name again? Sanders. Sanders. And then she sat there. You know how emotional these people can be, and she didn't know whether to laugh, to smile,
her facial expressions.
I'm
so sorry for
her. No, I think Sarah Sanders is trying not to cry. I think that's what happens. I think because as soon as she heard her name called up, and she goes, "Oh, and Sarah Sanders," I just saw her whole body tense. Because she was up. First of all, you're not out in the crowd. You're up on the high table as well. This is someone you'd probably just exchange pleasantries with.
Somebody that probably hired you for the job.
I think the best best statement was, I will confess I'm a little starstruck by Sarah's presence tonight. I think she's very resourceful because she takes facts, burns them, and uses them to create a perfect smoky eye.
And then she added, I don't know, they might be natural, but I think it's all lies.
It's lies.
No, actually, it's all lies.
She goes, maybe she's born with it, maybe it's lies. Yeah,
it's
probably lies.
Most probably lies.
Look, man, nobody.
She was so brave on that stage.
Did you see her face?
Do you know she was sitting on the same high table that all
people were sitting, and then you go back to that same table?
Yeah, she took a swipe at some guy for his weight, and the video panned to him taking a scoop of the ice cream.
Come on, man. No.
But here's a question I have. Do you think that she went too far? Because a lot of the conversations, there was a lot of backlash in the United States media. A lot of people came out and said maybe she went too far. She was too insultive. I mean, you had Republicans coming out to defend women's rights. They were like, how could you attack Huckabees that way? You know, Sarah Huckabee Sanders. See, I don't know which the name is what.
I think she gave them a taste of their own medicine. If you have friends who are very honest with their opinions, are very blunt, and they dish it at you, they never get it, the day you insult them, you just watch their reaction.
I think
that's exactly what played out
yesterday. In the context of where this thing happened, it's just what it is. I mean, we're just talking that Donald Trump has not been, and then the truth, look, I have so much admire when it comes to freedom of speech, the power of the media and everything. And then, of course, Donald Trump never believed in the media, American media. He always feels like, oh, they don't like him, and which is probably why he never shows up for that, or he will never show up even till he leaves that office. And
our producer mentioned something, our producer Lakumi mentioned something earlier about Donald Trump's reaction. His reaction was simply she was even boring. I said, that sounds like a child who says, he doesn't pay me, it doesn't hurt me, whatever you're saying, no, it doesn't get to me. But it's actually true.
Let's get to a few of the messages before we round up. Max from VI says, guys, no review about the J. Cole concert, really? Because we don't review concerts, and there was nothing wrong with it. I think it went really well. A lot of people really enjoyed it, and J. Cole brought a lot of fantastic energy, so big shout out to that. Big shout out to Nigeria, I think, for contributing to the highest number of streams ever, because we knew that he was showing up, so everyone went and got KOD. So that happened. More messages coming in. Biggie says, Folu, this babe has the voice of an angel. Sina, over to you.
Thank you.
He says, just like a gentle river, a magic soul touch, a smooth flowing cascade, an early morning dew. Babe, my spirit is bleeding. Come and heal me with your voice. And he says, and boom, I dropped the mic on Val's head.
I knew. No problem.
He says, Sina, are you related to John Cena? No, Sina is different.
Oh, no, not
that's where you spoiled it.
But you should come right for me, though. I really love those words.
Hey.
Keep me up.
No.
Biggie, look at that.
No.
You may just have got yourself a job.
Time to dig into the archive.
Okay, tweet at Sina. Biggie, tweet at Sina. Don't let these other boys here do your parade. Don't let them sand your Gary. We've got MI from Akoka saying 5 years and 2 baby mamas. Chioma is the mini version of Annie Dibia. MI goes on to say, if you buy a 45 million naira Porsche for your girl, you deserve some accolades. Because you have paid your dues in full, literally. MI rounds up by saying, a new school be talking about how food is not the way to a man's heart. Hope you got a chef. And says, Volu and Fal, I need some assurance in this life. Mbok, MI, go and find this from where I find it from.
And if you're single right now.
Oh wow, look at that. We have nothing for you over here. But it has been a very fun edition of the Grapevine. Sina, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you, Sina.
How do you feel? Did you feel like you survived? Are you okay?
Oh yes, I survived. I was so worried about, like, oh no, this is actually
about me. I'm a nice, sweet guy.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Again.
Sorry.
But it was fun. I mean, I had so much fun reading and all this. I thought it would be hard, but you guys are like,
yeah, we're glad to have you.
Thank you for joining us. We do appreciate having you, and she's an incredibly talented soul. Please find her Cina Soul up on Twitter. You can already see people are tweeting at her. We're going to retweet her stuff. Don't worry. Just go to our handle, search the Grapevine 981. That's the hashtag. James, you want to plug out?
James Silas, Jams on social media. God bless you. I'll see you on Thursday.
And please just go check out stuff. Sina, do you want to plug out?
Just want to say thank you to my fans and everyone supporting my family, my friends. Just keep supporting me, and because of you guys, I just got a deal with Universal, and I'm really
awesome. Congratulations!
Amazing
really
stuff.
Happy. Let's take Africa to the world.
Yeah.
Let's get those Grammys.
I'm gonna do my part and support you out of some of those bracelets, because we're also exporting Africa to the world. And like, also make sure you check out. I am gonna be posting a new video on my YouTube channel, so make sure you go check that out, which should be cool. New episodes of Inspector Care out, and Celeb Living is out tonight. I get to hang out with Reminisce. I was so starstruck, guys. I love Reminisce. Like, it was. I think you'll notice how awkward I was in the video, but check it out. It should be interesting. Coming up next, Smooth Breakfast continues. Final hour. You get to talk to us, Lagos. Reminisce.